This China-Iran deal could have massive ramifications. Do we know what impact it could have on the current talks happening between the US and Iran? And is this a way of Iran posturing and having some leverage ahead of those talks?
Well, two little background points on this very interesting story. First, there is a thing between Iran and the ability to be able to destroy ships at sea. One of Iran's greatest moments, or what do they believe are their greatest moments, is when Hezbollah was able in late July 2006 to hit directly a very mighty Israeli ship at sea that was called Sa'ar. It was one of the biggest moments of Hezbollah/Iran. And just 3 or 4 days ago, we heard Khamenei himself saying that America can well bring the biggest ships in the world to our surrounding, but they have to keep in mind that maybe we can sink these ships. And so this is very much into the psychology. Now, if China is to give Iran such a strategic leverage at sea, it will be a major shift in the Gulf deterrence. It won't be only with the Americans, but with all the other players in the Gulf, most notably the Arabs and the Saudis, which, by the way, were directly involved in a rapprochement and appeasement with the Iranians through the Chinese themselves. Second, we will have a much higher risk to choke points, which is the Hormuz Strait and the Bab el-Mandab Strait, which were in the last couple of decades the major, conflict points in this region. And at the same time, it will deepen China's involvement in very hardcore geopolitical terms, which I don't believe are really going for that right now. Let's not forget that the Americans, Trump himself, was not very mean with the Chinese. Okay, we have the tariff wars and everything, but on geopolitical terms with the Russians, with the Chinese, it wasn't an idea about West and East, like we're just saying. There is no more NATO, no more European Union, nothing. It's always bilateral. And a proxy warfare now in the region, China getting involved in this, won't be very beneficial for Beijing. But at the same time, if it happens, and if really we do believe that these kind of missiles, if they are to be sold to the Iranians, it's going to be right now, effective now. It's not that like the American deals, it's going to take years and to be delivered. So if it happens, it's a big game changer in the region, and it's going to be a bigger pressure on the Americans to make it as much conclusive as possible very soon.